Hello students in automotive and diesel. I'd like to speak to you today about feeder gauges and the importance of precision measurements. I also want to let you know that at Amarillo College in this program, all these programs on the East Campus, failure is not an option. The only way you would fail is if you do not come to class and do not participate and study. We want to make learning fun. A lot of this is very technical education. There's a lot to this that could be overwhelming. So we're making these videos to take the anxiety away, and because if you have anxiety and fear, it is hard for your mind and body to learn. So we want to show some things that you will use in practical applications, and we're discussing feeder gauges. And these feeder gauges are from Snap-on, and we do have a discount for the students, a deep discount. And I would highly recommend these. These we're using in multiple classes. They're in increments of 1/1000th of an inch, and they're in millimeters for metric. These we'll use throughout engine repair, going from ring gap to measuring components for warpage. But where they're probably the most critical at is where we're doing valve adjustments. Valve adjustments on a diesel, the new ones or the old ones, are very, very critical to be made in a perfect manner. So we're looking for a drag of about a pound, pound and a half of drag when we're making these adjustments, which I'll demonstrate in a second. We're also, it's important, just like these shows the white circles and the black circles, to identify which is our intake and which is our exhaust valve. If we were to get our measurements off, or if we were to make a common mistake, which I did one time, but I caught it before I started the engine in the past, and we were to get our intake adjusted to our exhaust settings and our exhaust settings to the intake, we can burn a valve almost instantly on a truck, which is basically the valve turns so hot and cannot cool itself from closing completely that metal is actually melted and blown out the exhaust port, causing a loss of compression and also causing a misfire to happen and black smoke to come out of the exhaust. So I'm going to show you real quick. We're going to be using the feeder gauge. The red is the exhaust, the purplish blue is the intake. So we've identified our intake. So this adjustment right here, it could be a screwdriver or it could be a hex, 6-point hex, is what we're going to make the feeder gauge either tight or loose. And we're trying to find that exact drag. This is so important for fuel economy and horsepower. Horsepower, when a truck driver comes in or you're working on a car or diesel, or boat or engine, train, whatever, you're looking for, after you do this, an increase in power and fuel economy. You want the customer to feel the difference. So doing this correctly with the right amount of drag while turning this back and forth, and when you get about a pound and a half of drag like we have right here, we want to grip this firmly with our hand and initially snug up the locking jam nut. Now this locking jam nut will be torqued with a torque wrench after this, but it is very important to remove these two tools and check your drag, because with the weight of this tool on here, it can affect our specification. So right now we've got about a pound, pound and a half of drag. Our gauge is set up for 24 thousandths for the exhaust. Our intake has the proper drag because it has been adjusted at 14 thousandths on this Caterpillar. And that is one example of using feeder gauges and the massive importance of feeder gauges so that some disaster like this does not happen.